I just had a cookie and I had another before noon. Two cookie Roxy, two cookie Roxy. Hi, friends. Welcome back to Life at the Roxy on this Monday. It's just another manic Monday, January 10th. And that's my meh day. No, I'm actually doing well. Your girl Rox is doing well. I'm just going to, any day that I'm not doing shit, I'm doing well. And that's my new baseline is that I'm like, okay right now. Things are okay. I'm okay. We're well. We're good. We're living our best life. Few things that I want to talk about today. Number one, obviously, I talked about this last night on the World Girls, but Bob Saget passed away yesterday. And that fucking sucks. So we'll talk about that. Number two, Nazism is trending. And I know that what trends for me is not always what trends for you guys. And because I am a Jew, I see things that sometimes you guys don't see. So it is my job to spread that through the internet, not Nazism, but why it's trending. And oh boy, will I tell you somebody said something really fucked up. Don't worry, I'll play it for you. Also, I watched the premiere episode of season 2 of Euphoria. That show makes me feel so gross. It's very good. I also binged the entire series finale, the final season of Search Party. I have thoughts. And Grey's Anatomy got renewed for a 19th season. Did you hear that right? Check your ears, check your headphones, check your mics. Is this thing on? 19! Season 19! It was just picked up for. How is that a thing? Also, we have to talk about that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air trailer. I'm not even fucking with you. If you didn't watch it, pause the video. Like, I am telling you to pause this video to go watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air gritty or darker reboot trailer. I need you guys to watch so that we can talk about it. I don't know what the fuck to make of it. So we're going to talk all about all of that and more today live in the Roxy. Streamlabs in. I am trying to go live less often. I have a theory that if I go live less often, you guys will love me more. And if you love me more, I can pay my bills better. This is a theory. It's a working theory. We'll see if it works. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Send in questions, comments, concerns. Could be about Nazism, but only questions about it, not comments or concerns. We'll take concerns. Could be about Bob Saget, favorite memories. Could be about that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air trailer. Just so many questions. Could be about the 19th season of Grey's Anatomy being picked up, or the Euphoria premiere, or the Search Party finale. Any of that and more. Streamlabs in, Super Chat in. Let me know your thoughts. Send in your thoughts. All right. Should we start with Bob Saget? Man, this fucking sucked. I talked about this on the World Girls last night, and I did a little TikTok about it, but I'll give you guys some extra tea here as I was thinking about this, and I was like, how did that actually go down? I think this was the actual story, the extended cut. Here's what I think legit happened. I'm trying to remember. It was a few years ago, but I think actually the order of events was that Bob Saget came in. I was guest hosting on Jim and Sam on SiriusXM, and Sam Roberts invites me on as a favor. They have really big guests on the show. Who am I? And so they invite me on when they're out here, and I appreciate that. So I was going to go on the show. Bob Saget was coming in. He was going on. When he walked in, he didn't recognize me because why would he? And he asked me to go get him coffee. Now, the way I told the story is that I told him I was not the intern, which he was apologetic for, and then I wouldn't get it anyway. I actually think what happened, now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm remembering, is I think he said, I'm so tired. Would you go get me coffee? And I think I just said yes. if I remember now, I think I just said yes. I went downstairs. There was a store. I bought him coffee, asked what he wanted. I got him coffee. I brought it back up. And then Jim and Sam called me to go in on the show. And I went in and he realized I wasn't an intern, that I was a guest. Then he apologized that he felt bad. And I had said to him, "You're Bob Saget. Anyone would be honored to get you coffee." I think that's exactly how that went down, which I was honored to get him coffee. He was really nice. It's very lovely to see all these kind stories about him coming out. It seems to be like by the hundreds of people right now saying just what a nice person he was, what a good guy. I know that he worked in the Blue a lot and his jokes were fucking hysterical, but also that he was America's dad, and you just never know. But it seems like the people closest to him feel like he was a really fucking great guy. I was posted this on my Instagram story because I thought it was very interesting that he had posted such a beautiful tribute to Betty White. And then days later, he was dead, which none of us could predicted. I know that Betty White, we were hoping was going to make it to 100, but it wasn't a shock when she passed away. It was sad, but nobody who's 99 is like, how the fuck could they have gone? With Bob Saget being in his 60s, I think it was just a much bigger surprise. But I really liked what he posted about Betty White and an interaction of theirs where they were drinking Bloody Marys together, and him hoping that she was with her husband in heaven. And I hope he's there with them, sipping on those Bloody Marys. I thought it was a really nice story, and crazy to think he was dead a couple days later. We still don't know what happened yet. It's never a good sign when it's a comedian who is dead in a hotel. Our brains can wander a little bit and fill in some of the blanks. But I was thinking about this last night. I'm curious your guys' thoughts on this. It's strange to me as a society that we have deemed some deaths to be more sad than others. Like if you live longer, your death's less sad. Or if you die of a disease, your death is more sad than if you die from something else. I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm not saying that it is true. I just think it's a weird standard that's as society we've put that on places, because I don't really know. I think there are different hardships you go through, like when you're a kid and your parents die, or when you're a parent and your kids die when they're young. Those are all fucking heartbreaking as a society. We've decided those are very heartbreaking. But death is sad at any age, for any reason. And I guess when you live to 99, we say things like, but what a beautiful life. And so we are able to look at it a different perspective. But for some reason, for me, it doesn't make it any less sad to lose somebody. It doesn't make me any less sad. And I've lost people really young. My first funeral I went to, I was 7. That was my grandfather's. And I've lost people up until recently. My last funeral I went to was last year with Maria's mom. And I've probably been to about 50 funerals in between. And obviously, the closer you are to somebody, the sadder it is for you personally. But I don't find there to be a direct correlation between why somebody died. I've been to 2 funerals of 2 of my close friends who committed suicide. I've been to funerals of people who died of old age. I've been to funerals of people who died from cancer. I've been to funerals of people who died from brain aneurysm. You had no idea they were going to die the next day. I've been to it all, and I just don't know that one thing is sadder than the other. So the point of that being, no matter what the cause of death is for Bob Saget, no matter what comes out, we're strangely obsessed as a society about why somebody died. And it does matter because there's a lot of life lessons in that, especially if now I'm not talking about Bob Saget, but if there's any kind of thing that we feel like could be helped, like an addiction, then there are lessons to be learned for all of us. But it is strange that when I tweeted out about Bob Saget passing away, I'd seen it like 2 minutes after it had been posted. And a lot of people responded saying, how'd he die? How'd he die? How'd he die? I wonder how he died. I need to know how he died. And it's a weird first thought to have, right? Of course, we're curious people, but it's sadder that he died than how he died, no matter how. And ugh, I'm sad he's gone. I know you guys are too. I really grew up on him, and I'm very grateful for the memories he gave us. What are you guys' thoughts on Bob Saget? Any great memories that you have? Any things you want to share? Did any of you guys ever get a chance to meet him or see his show or a stand up? Did any of you guys love him from Full House or Fuller House or Entourage or How I Met Your Mother? Any of the things that I loved him from. Let's go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. In here, we got from 3 in the morning 2 days ago. Shout out to Mark Jason Ali. Appreciate you. That's awesome. He says, "Hi, Roxy. How are you?" Thanks, Mark. I'm doing okay, which means good. Glenn Caesar says, "Hello and good Monday, Roxy. Sending well wishes to you. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, your dad, Jet, Sky, Grammy, Puppo, and your family. Be most excellent to yourselves and to each other. RJ and Rockstars. Be you always and in always. How are you, Roxy?" You guys can hear that post-COVID still, my voice just never recovered. It's just been so sore since. It goes up and down, but I have just no ability to like breathe properly through it. So that's frustrating. But other than that, Glenn also says, hopefully you're doing and feeling good and working on something that feels good. But to remind you, Rex, the best Rex number one. Thank you. Stay awesome. 2022 has reminded me that time on this planet can be short. And so be here now and not there then. It's important to make sure that I and anyone I can help is whole, happy in their life choices, and healthy. Be an anomaly, glow in your flow always and in all ways. Did a meditation this morning as it fully relaxed. The blocks and tension of the hurts of this life were broken apart. That's so great. The bricks in my brain, shoulders and lower back, hips, pelvis, groin, and legs burst like clouds. Oh, what an interesting image. My body went numb and I was free. Thank you, Roxy and Rockstars, and everyone who's battling for choosing to do so. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, I hung out with Smets this weekend. It's really good to see him and his awesome wife and Kaiser. We all went and got sushi, and it was very fun. They got a babysitter for the day, and we had an early bird sushi special at 3:45 p.m. It was lovely. The people around you, whenever, however you can, doing that, even when it's tough, makes you a winner. Whenever you win, we all win. Thank you so much, Glenn. Lloyd Nance in the house says, "Hi, Roxy. Love ya." Thanks, Lloyd. My first super chatter ever. Tori X Rose. Yes, Tori says, "Hey, Rox." Hey, Tori girl. How you doing, my love? How's everything going on with you? I want to hear more. Oh, Tori then said, "She is the most beautiful human I've ever met. Every time, who is? Every time I hear anti-Semitic bullshit, I think of her and her family. It feels so sick to my stomach. Who are you talking about? Makes me so angry, but I'm sure to use that anger to keep fighting the BS, sending love. I feel like you might have sent another part, but it didn't come through. Let us know." Jimmy Nail says, "Nice shirt. Thanks. I was doing a podcast for Rotten Tomatoes that you guys will be able, I think it comes out on Thursday. I'll promote it more, but I had to be in my Spidey shirt." Pro tip for any of you guys who are ever on camera and or don't like to be outfit repeaters. This shirt was gifted to me by Black Milk. Thank you to Black Milk, and I love it. And this is actually the back of the shirt. I like wearing Razorback shirts like this after I've worn them the other way. So really, it's supposed to be like kind of a low cut. Can you guys see? Like a low cut shirt. But I've worn it that way before, and I hadn't worn it this way in a while. So I wore it this way, and it looked like a different shirt. So maybe that's a helpful tip to y'all. And this is from my aunt who works for Broadway Video, which is Lauren Michaels' company, and she sent me this sweatshirt, which I fucking love and is very comfortable. So I don't know which one you were complimenting, but that's the tea on all of my clothes. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in your questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, bits, thoughts, twats. You know, Joe Splash says, "Wow, that's clever. Thanks." I do it with a lot of my clothes. I try to make outfits re-wearable in different ways. And so, yeah. Glenn says, "Roxy is strategic." Shout out to all of you guys who are watching the show live today. Thank you for being here. upon rewatching Amazing Spider-Man 2, it reminded me of the lesson that I always talk about here, how important it is to be seen. Being seen makes us better people. We all need to be seen. We all need to feel seen. So shout out to everybody in here. Steve Cauldron, Mohammed Belsi, Ryan Payne, Ethan Dayton, Glenn Caesar, John Bainbridge, Liam Evans, Joseph Ashley, Jimmy Nails, Manny Gonzalez, Steve Cauldron, Tori Rose, Andrew Thomas, Ken Ulozis, John Perillo, Jake Yacovetta, to Travis Gilbert, Mark Jason Ali, Chub Toad, who met him at a comedy club in Fort Worth in the 90s. I wonder how he was then. That'd be crazy to meet him in the 90s. Ryan Payne, Silu Bonino, who's not blocked. Don't y'all worry. Thank you to Andrew Thomas in here who said, hey, Sexy Roxy. Rest in peace, Bob Saget. Absolutely. Thank you to all. Billy Sarzanak, Chris Hunt, Ace Money, all of the people, Scott Welsh. He says when Roxy wears her shirt backwards, it looks fire. When I wear my shirt backwards, I feel foolish. Yeah, you can't do it with all shirts. It's just a hot little tip for some of you guys who, maybe I'll do a TikTok series about all the clothing that I wear backwards. I do it all the effing time. I have a tendency to wear my clothes wrong on purpose, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I want to hear the rest of the Tori Streamlabs too, but it's not there. The first one just says, hey, Rox. So I want to know the next part. Maybe she can let us know if she types it in the chat too or anything. A couple of things that you guys are talking about in here. I haven't seen Dexter New Blood. I only saw the premiere. I don't have Showtime, so I only was able to watch the premiere of the new season. I have to get it so I can watch it because I need to see everything. So that. Another thing that I saw you guys talking about in here, the Golden Globes were yesterday, or at least the announcements. They canceled the awards. Who the fuck knew? Everybody's so mad about the Golden Globes that I didn't even want to talk about it today because everybody's so mad that I was just like, I don't have strong thoughts on this, so I'm just going to let it go. Let it go. Ace Money says you've been killing it on TikTok. Thank you. I've been really trying. I've been posting like 3 times a day. I love TikTok. I'm really enjoying it. It's a fun outlet, and I've been liking making some of them. So if you guys aren't already, follow me on TikTok. We have a little over 2,000 followers right now. Big time, baby. Big time. Not really, but trying. Streamlabs in, Super Chat in, get in your questions, comments, concerns as we talk about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air trailer. Who watched? Send bunnies if you watched the trailer for the Will Smith produced gritty, dramatic reboot of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show. Oh, man. It's like, I don't know what to make of this because if I had no idea that this was a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air remake and it was just the storyline and this was just the trailer, I would say, all right, the trailer is decently well done. But it feels like a weird parody because it's a Fresh Prince thing that's so dramatic. And everybody's got the same names. I mean, it's Hillary, it's Will, it's Carlton, it's Uncle Phil. You know, everybody's got the same names. And it looked like a freeform CW type of show, which I love freeform and CW. I don't know that that's what they were going for, though. Gosh, I just can't. And they're going the same storyline, but just not funny. And I think it's a lot of fun to take something dramatic and make it funny. I don't know if it's as much fun to take something funny and make it dramatic without it being a parody. I think they're in trouble here. But I do love Will Smith, and let's see as a producer if he can pull this off. Maybe it's okay. Maybe this ends up being great. Who knows? What do you guys think? A lot of you sent bunnies. What do you think? Zeno Hour, Ryan Payne, Ian Carruthers? Did I do that right? Greg. Ryan Payne says it was fine. Greg has zero interest. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. That's a tough moment when you have zero interest. Oy. Dustin Solis says it's like we're watching a black version of the OC, kind of with the storyline. I could see what you're saying. I don't know if I think they probably would take that as an insult. I'm not sure. Jake says, damn, 3-minute trailer. I'll watch it after this. Jake, it is a 3-minute trailer, and it does feel like a 12-minute trailer. It was long. Like, I was watching, I was like, this is still fucking going. I haven't watched a trailer in a minute that felt that long. I think they really wanted to hook people, and that was not my takeaway from it. Ryan Payne says, it looks like Will Smith took the CW formula for All American and adopted it to Bel Air. Yeah. Might be good. I'm going to try it. But so far, I'm like, this just seems like a recipe for disaster. Let me know your thoughts. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStrider. Super chat in. Questions, comments, concerns. Going back into the Streamlabs, we got the answer from Tori Rose. Yes, my girl says, sorry, yes. That was a 2-part message. Must not have gone through. It was basically saying that the video of the senator talking about Nazism was disgusting. My best friend is Jewish, and hearing this bullshit makes me so sick. All right. So, Tori, completely agree, obviously. Let me play this video for you guys. Let me do a little setup. How many times have I said don't trend with the Holocaust? But nobody listens to little old rocks. Everyone keeps wanting to trend with the Holocaust. Everyone trending with Nazism. It's not a good sign. This Indiana GOP Senator Scott Baldwin said this. I'm nervous to play this for you guys, but I'm going to. This is what it's like. Is this going to get me banned from YouTube? Dear YouTube, I don't believe this. This is what the senator said. All right, let's try this. So this is a teacher talking at first, who's at the hearing, speaking about how they're teaching in schools. And then when you hear the change of voice, that's the senator responding.
Stand up and say who you voted for or anything like that. But we're not neutral on Nazism. We take a stand in the classroom against it, and it matters that we do.
Okay, pausing that. So that's the teachers. The teacher is saying that they're not talking about who they voted for and whatnot, but they're not neutral in the classroom about Nazism. They take a stand against it, and that matters. And here's the response from the senator.
I'm not discrediting as a person Marxism, Nazism, fascism. I'm not discrediting any of those isms out there. And I have no problem with the education system providing instruction on the existence of those isms. I believe that we've gone too far when we take a position on those isms as it relates to, we need to be impartial. Again, I'm going to use this term. We need to be the purveyors of reason. We just provide the facts. The kids formulate their own viewpoints.
Okay, so just to reiterate, this man is saying that we should be impartial against all isms, and then clumps Marxism, fascism, race, and Nazism together, and says that we need to be impartial in our teachings. It's just so scary because these are the people in charge. And so what is being a teacher being impartial on Nazism? What does that look like? So the teachers explain, like, okay, so there was this thing going on during World War II where there was a bunch of Nazis and they were mass murdering people, mostly the Jews. And they mass murdered 6 million of them. By the way, they think that number is closer to 12 million now, but okay, 6 million minimum of them. And then the little Billy raises his hand. Billy's like, so was it bad to kill the Jews? And then the teacher's like, who's to say? Who's to say? You know, if you think it is, it is. If you think it's not, it's not. I'm impartial. Like, what are these politicians hoping that teachers are saying? Because they're not hoping that. They're hoping for I think they're hoping for an uprising in Nazism, because the more hate that goes towards the Jews, the safer they feel. It's this whole sense of the Jews will not replace us. And if they get everybody to turn on the Jews, there's like fucking 5 of us left. And so we're an easy target. There's not enough of us to defend ourselves. Nobody ever stands up for the Jews other than the Jews, present company aside. And so we're a really easy target. And it's fucking frustrating. Again, for those of you guys who weren't here before, this is an Indiana Republican state senator who was talking to a teacher during a Senate committee hearing about Nazism and fascism. Just pretty brutal. I also saw this tweet today that I thought was, because when I typed it, when on the side of my screen I see Nazism's trending, right? Typically this is what happens. I click on it and it'll be like 10 different stories. When I click on something like, if say Kathy Bates is trending, I'll click on it, I'll immediately know why she's trending. It will be like a win or a nomination or a new role, or she said something. Whenever you click on Nazism, there's so many people tweeting about so many different pro-Nazi things that there's like fucking 10 things that pop up. So it's always hard to get down to the bottom of why Nazism's trending. So while that was trending, simultaneously, this photo was trending. Okay, so this says, those who fail to learn from history, and then it is a clear Holocaust survivor or somebody who was in the Holocaust with numbers tattooed on their arm. And then the bottom says, are doomed to repeat it. And it's somebody wearing a COVID bracelet. And the tweet that went out with this was a tweet coming from C. Young. C. Young, also Kathy Young 421, who says, Nazism is happening all over again. I always wondered how good people turned against their neighbors during World War II. During Hitler's rise, he used fear and Gestapo to divide people. Sounds like the current administration using DOJ/Dem/MSM to promote fear. Sheep are again following. Dear class, okay, I'm the teacher now, coming to you guys. Can anybody here explain to me why this is just so fucked up? There's probably like 80 reasons here, but let's just take a look at a couple of them. All right, let me move to the side as I can break this down so you guys can see how incredibly disturbing this is. Bring my microphone a little closer to me. This top image is a person, and I'm thinking they're a Holocaust survivor because that tattoo looks aged, dated, and this person's wearing regular clothes, which would make you think that. So it's either a fake image or it's a Holocaust survivor, right? This is somebody who had everything taken from them, taken from their home, was put into a concentration camp or work camp, and was tattooed, scarred against their own will because they were a number, not a person. So, and most of their lives got taken because they were wearing this number. This bottom picture is somebody at a baseball game who got to go into the stadium because they proved that they didn't have COVID by either being vaccinated or having a negative test, and therefore couldn't kill anybody around them or themselves because they don't have COVID. And this tweet had like thousands of likes and people responding to it. Like, why don't they get that this is the Gestapo all over again? I don't know how to reason with somebody who thinks that these images are the same. I don't know how to reason with somebody who thinks that. That's why I was talking to you guys the other day on this show about how important it is the people we think can be reached to try to reach them, because this person, I don't think this person's reachable. I don't think this person's reachable. How do you explain to somebody that one of these is a mass genocide and one of these is a way to protect people by making sure they don't die and keeping our weakest from dying? Well, how do you explain that to somebody? Like, how do you, I don't know how. So if you were curious why Nazism is trending today, here are 2 of the 15 reasons. I'm just not going to spend time on the other ones today because I don't fucking feel like it. But now you know what my Twitter looks like every fucking day and why we always end the show with don't trend with the Holocaust. It's just fucking nuts. And I know a lot of you guys get your Jewish news from me because you don't, and understandably so, the same way that I get a lot of my other news from you guys. They cater things towards us. And so we don't see things from other cultures a lot of the time. It's just fucking nuts. Just fucking nuts. Streamlabs in. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Questions, comments, concerns. Would love to hear from you. Going back into the Streamlabs, we've got Glenn Caesar says, Roxy, have you finished the season finale of The Wheel of Time? No, I'm a couple episodes behind. I think I'm only on episode 5 or 6. Can we get a non-spoiler and spoiler review of The Wheel of Time? I don't think many people in here are watching it. Let me know if you are, other than Glenn. If not live on the show, maybe pre-recorded. I know you said there are lots of characters. Yeah, there are. There are a lot of characters. But definitely some talk about it at some point. I got to finish it, though. It's not on my priority list right now, but I do like it. Ash says, if someone uses an emoji in a Streamlabs, it cuts off their message there. Oh, weird. But I can't see the emoji either. But that's interesting. Why does it do that? Fresh Prince trailer made me actively lose interest in the series. Oh, no. I was more likely to watch the show before watching the trailer, which I assume wasn't the goal. No, I'd have to say that probably was not the goal. Jimmy Nail says, in the Streamlabs, there's a quote in German, which translates to, when you sit at a table with 4 Nazis, you are likely the 5th. I believe the paradox of tolerance applies. In order to have a tolerant society, we must be intolerant to intolerance. I definitely agree with that. That's what we talk about on the World Girls and here all the time. And I think that is a very interesting quote. Blech. Just fucking wild. So we've talked a little bit about Nazism, talked about that new trailer for Fresh Prince. Is it going to be called The Fresh Prince? For the Fresh Prince reboot, we talked about Bob Saget passing away. Little bit of a TV time roundup before I get out of here. Grey's Anatomy is renewed for a 19th season. Am I the only person on the planet who's still watching this show? Maybe. It's still so good, guys. Ellen Pompeo's a stud. I cannot believe how many stars have been created from this show and how long she's stayed there. She makes so much money, and I think she deserves it all. Like, I fucking love this woman. I fucking love this woman. She's the best. I can't wait for another season of this, even though, Loudy Ferdinand still watches. Yes, Loudy, we're the only ones. It's very good. Very, very good. Also, Euphoria premiered. Anybody in here watching Euphoria, I'm not going to do any spoilers because I know it just premiered last night, but send bunnies if you're watching Euphoria. It's very uncomfortable. It's such a great show. But it's incredibly uncomfortable to be a 30-year-old woman watching teenagers use drugs, have sex, like OD, be naked, take do deals, have guns and shit. It's just fucking scary to watch. And I really like the show, but I tweeted this last night. I feel like I have to take a shower every time I watch it. Like, what the fuck did I just watch? Also, a lot of it reminds me of my not so cute past. So it's kind of a hard watch for me. I saw Zendaya tweeted this out today or yesterday, and I thought this was really sweet and very spot on because Zendaya has a lot of really young fans, and she Instagrammed out and she said, a reminder before tonight. I know I've said this before, but I do want to reiterate to everyone that Euphoria is for mature audiences. This season, maybe even more than the last, is deeply emotional and deals with subject matter that can be triggering and difficult to watch. Please only watch if you feel comfortable. Take care of yourself and know that either way, you are still loved and I can still feel your support. All my love, Daya. And I was glad she did that because I think that this is it is a show for mature audiences, but it's also a very triggering show for whatever age. If you have children that are this age, if you are somebody who was really struggling at this age, it's a tough watch. It's really, really fucking good and really, really fucking tough. And if you are a fan of hers from her younger days, or you like the Spidey movies, as I do, that doesn't necessarily translate to liking this. So it was a great premiere. It was really fucking icky. I'm into it, but proceed with caution. Search Party. Any Search Party people in here? Oh no, Brittany Parker says Ellen's problematic, not a fan. No way. What are you talking about? Brittany Parker. Oh, I want to bury my head in the sand and not know, but you just said it, so now I feel like I have to know what happened. I've never heard anything problematic about her. Let me know. I'm very nervous about that. Anybody here watching Search Party, HBO? It was not on HBO for a while. Now it is on HBO. I forget even where it was before. It was a very, very, very random place. Ellen to Denzel. Hi, Ronnie. Ellen to Denzel. What happened? What'd I miss? She's hella toxic to our staff. What are you guys talking about? Have I just completely missed something? Oh, what? What happened? What the fuck happened? Ryan Payne said Search Party originally aired on TBS. Oh, thank you. Oh, Jimmy, I didn't know. What happened? What are you guys talking about with Denzel and to her staff? What the fuck did I miss? I thought Ellen was great. That's why she was forced off her own show. She's on her own show. What are you talking about? Ellen's still on the show. No, not Ellen. Not Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen Pompeo. Wait, where are you guys at right now? I'm talking about Ellen Pompeo, star of Grey's Anatomy. You guys are talking about Ellen DeGeneres, which, of course, I talked about that on this show all the time. Where the fuck is this coming from? Where are you guys? What's happening right now? Are y'all 1 year in, 1 year out? What the fuck is going on? This is how telephone goes. John Bainbridge says, oh, my bad, wrong Ellen. Loudy is talking about Pompeo. Wait, what? All right, I got to do some research. You guys tell me what's going on. Denzel was a director on Grey's Anatomy. Denzel Washington directed an episode of Grey's Anatomy? What? All right, I got to look into this. All right, I'll do my research. I'll let you guys know what I find. I'm kind of scared, but I will. Search Party, if you didn't watch it, it's 5 seasons long. I applaud this show on being a completely different genre every season. It was so wild to watch. It starts out being kind of a murder mystery show. It is a comedy. It's a dark comedy. It turns into an apocalypse show. I can't believe they did it the way they did it. I need y'all to check out this series and let me know what you think. It's really fucking good. It's super underrated. I really loved it. If you like making fun of millennials, especially if you are one, you're going to enjoy it. I spilled on my pants. Incredibly toxic behavior on the show. Just like the worst of the worst. Really fucking gross and awesome. All right, we're going to get out of here, friends. Send in any last minute streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Super chat in. Glenn Caesar says, may you imagine lots of golden sparkles of love flowing into you, especially the chest and throat, as you breathe in and breathe out. Yucky energies. I hope lots of yellow hearts, green hearts fill you. Thank you. I hope you remember to say to yourself, I'm kind of caring, fully unique. I'm good people. I'm worthy. My story is important. Deserves to be seen and heard. Be kind, caring, fully unique. Makes you humane, worthy, and a cozy fire to be near. I hope you live in serenity and actually get to see and feel or perceive the yellow and green colored energies and sparkles of happiness. Enjoy manifesting your day-to-day life today, tomorrow, and beyond. You're uplifting, a priceless treasure, and an inspiration. Thank you, Glenn. All right, friends, getting out of here. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. I will be back tomorrow. I'll be on SEN in the morning, and then I will be back here tomorrow afternoon. So thank you for sending support. I'll be then tomorrow night seeing Scream. So I'll be giving you guys that Scream review ASAP after that. I got to see when the embargo is up on that one. I think it's already up because I hear some people talking about it. But I'll be talking about Scream, which I really like the franchise. So hopefully it's good. Stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and the lid. We don't want those perflumes. Make your bed. Don't trend with the Holocaust. No Nazism. Come on. Come on, peeps. Brett Miles, Jonathan, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Much love. Later.